Please watch these two videos.
Hello, I'm Pastor Mark Burns, founder of Burns Military Christian Academy. I'm so thrilled to announce the establishment of our new institution, a beacon of hope and opportunity for our children, designed to combat the growing influence of the woke agenda in American public schools. Our mission is clear: to provide an affordable, small classroom, pro-American education with a strong emphasis on biblical teachings. Our goal is to keep our rates extremely low so that almost anyone can afford to send their child to a safe, private Christian school. We are dedicated to instilling good morals and a love for our country in our students, while ensuring that they are not exposed to a woke teachings or sexual perverted lifestyle. We are committed to providing a safe and bully-free environment, as bullying, disrespectful behavior towards parents, teachers, faculties, and fellow students will not be tolerated. Join us in our mission to protect our students from harmful influences of the woke agenda and to raise them up in a nurturing, Christ-centered environment. Together we can make a difference to ensure a bright...
Good evening, America. I'm Tucker Carlson. Jesus has returned. And I'll say it, I wish that he hadn't, because it turns out Jesus is woke. That's right, a sentence I never thought I'd say. Jesus Christ is a threat to the United States of America and needs to be stopped. On his return, his first message to the hardworking men and women of America was, take your possessions and give them to the poor. Yes, you heard correctly, Jesus is a socialist. Jesus then took a truck full of bread and multiplied it, giving handouts to low-income families and stealing money away from the hardworking farmers of America. Then, Comrade Jesus here went around and healed the sick. Free health care. This Jesus doesn't sound very American at all. And we haven't even gotten to his woke propaganda. Jesus' crystal clear message to the good patriots of this country was treat everyone equally. Even the gays, the liberals, the transgenders, the poors, and women. Yes, Jesus is a feminist, trying to take power away from the true oppressed minority in this nation, the straight white man. So all this then begs the question, is this man an imposter? My Jesus is a red-blooded patriot who tells it like it is. My Jesus would never give handouts because he believes that God only helps those who help themselves. My Jesus isn't a communist. So, Jesus, if you really are the all-knowing, all-powerful Son of God, then you can help us answer a few pressing questions. Where is Hunter Biden's laptop? Where are the missing ballots from the 2020 election? Why can't I make my wife come? And if you somehow aren't an imposter, I think I speak for all of us when I say, Jesus, we don't want you here. Go back to wherever it is you came from, and while you're at it, take Joe Biden with you.
Isn't it amazing how everybody can have their own version of Jesus? Now, I know the last guy's video was satire, aimed directly at the Republican Party, and the first video is a legitimate school. It is a legitimate school. And Pastor Burns here, in his statements when he first opened this school in 2023, he said that this school is to combat the LGBTQ agenda, specifically towards children, to make sure that children grow up in an environment or is schooled in an environment where LGBTQ propaganda cannot be spread. Now, to a certain degree, I don't think that sexuality should be taught in schools at the younger ages, because that's up to parents to be able to teach their children. But at some point, you do have to teach children the differences between what people are choosing and what people are not, and whether or not people are born that way or not is a whole nother conversation. And that is, but at the end of the day, if a person chooses to be that way, then that's the way that they choose to be. But you're coming from a religion that teaches that a religion where your primary person, Jesus, says to accept people as they are, to meet them also where they are. How can this school meet people where they are if a child is claiming to be of the LGBTQ community but desires to believe in this Jesus? How are you going to meet them where they are if they are not allowed to enter your school? Is it that not what your Jesus was doing? He was meeting people at the lower caste areas in the, he was going to where the sex workers were. He was going to where the fishermen were. People hated tax collectors, but he was going and talking and making apostles out of tax collectors. He was meeting people where they were. But you're not. You're Jesus. And I like the way the guy phrased it. If you look at it, think about it. Jesus fed 4,000 or 6,000, depending upon which version that you're reading, because one version says 4,000, the other version says 6,000. He fed all those people with a two-piece fish sandwich. With a two-piece fish sandwich, he fed all those people. He gave them something that they did not work for. He gave them government assistance. He gave them welfare. He told the rich young ruler to sell everything that you own and come and follow me. He told people that if you do not hate your mother or father, then you cannot follow me. That doesn't sound too much like what Pastor Burns is going to teach about about this Jesus character, because he seems like this school, from what I've read and understood, is going to teach about hard work and values and the American capitalist system and acquiring things. Yes, they will talk about giving to charity, but not giving straight up handouts. And your Jesus just gave straight up handouts. He wasn't concerned about those things. He said, give unto Caesar what is Caesar, but give unto the Lord what is the Lord. So what you gonna do, Pastor Burns, when it comes to your Jesus, who in his actions demonstrated that he just gave people free health care? Hey, lady, you got a issue of blood? Boom. By your faith, you'll heal. Oh, you blind? Boom. By your faith, you'll heal. Oh, you got lowered down through the roof of a house that didn't have a roof for some reason so the rain can get in? It's okay. But boom, you gonna be healed. He just going around giving people free health care. Obamacare is what he was given, but a better version, because you still didn't have to go to the marketplace to buy it. So he was giving out, he's a socialist. Jesus is a socialist with his free health care. And he was teaching people for free, standing on mountaintops. But if you actually go there, it's just a hill. But standing on mountaintops, and he's teaching people, giving away free knowledge. That sounds like when you go to places like Germany where college is free. It sounds like socialism to me, because he was teaching for free. And he was teaching for free. But you got rates. He was teaching for free, but you collect your tithes and your offerings instead of just letting people give if they choose to give. Not giving because they are told to give at certain time frames. But hey, which is it? Is your Jesus a GOP Jesus, or is he a Democrat Jesus? Either way, I found both videos to be hilarious to a certain extent. And I find it interesting that this Pastor Burns legitimately is trying to has created this school. And I would be concerned about any parent who would put their child into this school, because you are further brainwashing that child to not only believe in this book, but creating a nationalistic identity within that child. Because the final thing I'm going to say about the comparison that makes Jesus so woke is Jesus said that you're supposed to love your enemy and you're supposed to turn the other cheek. So I hope in this school they teach that they are supposed to love all the Muslims, love the Russians, love the Chinese, love everybody that America is at opposition with. Love Haiti, love Cuba, because if you're teaching them to be good Americans, then they have to have the good American politics of looking at those nations as evil empires or against American ideas and against America. You're going to be teaching them to build a wall, but you're supposed to love your enemies, turn the other cheek, give to the poor, take care of the sick and the needy. That doesn't match. Y'all have a great day. And remember always, you have to free yourself to be yourself, because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibrations.